Hello everyone, let me welcome you all to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. This is a lesson being done under the work from home sessions and my name is Shraddha teacher. Today we will be doing a lesson in social studies children and the name of the lesson will be Sources of History. It is lesson number 2 in your geography textbook and it is on page number 6 if you open your textbook. Now whenever you start watching a video children, it is always advisable for us to keep our textbooks open so that we know what we are learning, on where are the words, you will be able to read also along with what I am telling you. So please, you can see that you open your books and you come to page number 6 of your standard 6 history textbook. So I will show you certain pictures now and then we will try and find out what they are related to. So the first picture that you see on your screen now is the picture of the skull of a dinosaur. Now we all know dinosaurs are animals which lived on this planet thousands of years ago. They are extinct now. Extinct means that we will not see dinosaurs around us anymore. Okay, we won't be able to see any dinosaur around us, but yes, if you go to a museum you'll be able to see models or you'll be able to see big, you can say this of dinosaurs, the skeletons of dinosaurs, etc. So dinosaurs are extinct, we don't see them anymore. You will also see one more picture here. This is a painting which has been done on the wall of a cave painting. Okay, now these paintings were done on the walls of caves using whatever material those people could lay their hands on. In today's times, when you want to paint, you have paper, you have colors, you have wax crayons. Okay, some of you also paint on the computer. So there are various ways in which you can paint today. But in the olden times, people used to make use of natural colors and natural things and they did not have paper. So they used to paint on the walls of caves, etc. Okay, so this is also something which is very, very ancient, very, very old. You don't see it happening nowadays. What is this? This is a collection of coins. Alright, we all know what are coins. Now when you go to buy vada pav, sometimes you give the vada pav wala uncle a 10 rupee coin, isn't it? So coins and notes we use in order to pay people. If you want to give money to people, you use coins and you use notes. So what are these? These are coins. Okay, but can you see these kind of coins today? No, we don't get to see these kind of coins today. These are coins which were used by people long, long. Alright, chalo, let's look at some more things here. And now what is this? This is the very, very famous monument in our country, the Taj Mahal, which is at Agra. Alright, now this Taj Mahal, you can see it even today. Alright, you can see it as a symbol of the history of our country. So this is the Taj Mahal. Let us look at one more image children. So this is a very, very ancient kind of a book. You don't get to see these kind of books nowadays, isn't it? Nowadays, so we can read books on the screen also of our computer, of our Android phone, etc. So these are all things which are connected to something in our past, isn't it? Now in 5th standard, you learnt about what is past, what is present, what is future. You learnt about what is history. So all these things that you can see here has got a connection in our past. That means it is connected to history and it tells us more about our history. It gives us a lot of knowledge about our history. So we call all these things as sources of history. Okay, so now when you are learning history, you should know how these things have come about. How do we know about dinosaurs? How do we know that people painted on the caves, on the walls of the caves, etc.? So this, children, is sources of history. These are all the various ways in which we learn about history. Now there is one very special thing about this lesson, children. Sources of history as a lesson you will be learning not only now in the 6th standard, but also in the 7th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard, etc. So this lesson we will be learning at different levels. Okay, so now we will just understand what is the meaning of sources and what are the types of sources in this particular lesson. So it's going to be an interesting lesson with lots of beautiful images. So let's go and try and see what the meaning of sources of history are. So see, when we are in this lesson, we will learn about material sources of history, types of sources these are, okay? So material sources means the coins that you saw there now, that will come under material source, okay? The building Taj Mahal that you saw there, that will be material source. So there are many sources of history which we can put under the category of material sources of history. Okay. Then you have written sources of history. Written means something which you can read, isn't it? So we can read a book, and you can read things from the newspaper. You can read things which is written on walls. So all these things which you can read and get knowledge from are called as written sources of history. And then you have the oral sources of history. Oral means what? When someone speaks, when someone tells you something about a place or about a thing. Okay, that person is not giving you anything to read, that person is not writing anything for you, but the person might sing some songs, that person might tell some stories. So all these songs and all these stories become oral sources of history. Okay, so these are some of the sources of history that we will learn about. We will also learn about sources of history of ancient India. So we will talk about the sources of ancient Indian history also in this lesson, and also we will talk about precautions to be taken while writing history. So these are the interesting things that we are going to learn in today's lesson. So let us start by looking at certain sources of history. So you have, see, clay toys, okay, you have remains of buildings. This is a collage of all these pictures. You have the pyramids of Egypt. Can you see the arrow moving on your screen? So you have pyramids of Egypt. You have coins from the old age. You have certain books. Now this is the Babur Nama. That is, it is about the King Babur, Mughal King Babur. Then you have certain text in Sanskrit language. You have stone carvings. So there are so many different things that you can take and you can study in order to understand history. Alright, and now all these things, to understand them better, to make understanding easy, we will study them under different heads. So we will study material sources differently, we will study written sources differently, and oral sources of history differently. So let us come to our very first source of history. And before that, let us look at some common pictures. So see, what are these women doing? They are playing some musical instrument and they are singing something. So this is a source of history which we can take as oral source. Alright. And look here, these are some books of folk literature. Literature of the lives, based on the lives of people in our country. Okay. See, this is a dance form, an ancient Indian dance form which we call as Dandiya, and we play it during Navratri. So this could also be a source of history, the songs that they sing during this particular kind of dance form, etc. Alright children, so now come on, let us see what the various sources of history are. So we talked about written sources, which you have various books, newspapers, inscriptions, maps, etc. Artifacts means things, materials. Okay. Oral testimony. Oral means something which you can hear. Someone is speaking and you're listening. So you have interviews, you have cassettes, you have CDs, you have floppies, pen drives, which tell us about history. So all these could be oral sources of history, and also you have images. Okay. So now we will start by understanding material sources of history quickly. So see, these are all the material sources of history. So I have already told you what material sources are. So when you see various examples or pictures of material sources, you will be able to understand better what are material sources. So see children, these are all the material sources of history. These are all pictures taken from a museum. Now, if you want to know more about sources of history, you should visit a museum where you will get to know many things about the different sources of history. So see, big pots, pans, vessels. Can you see people using these kind of things today? Very rarely. Okay, not at all in cities like we are living in. Alright, see here, coins. Then you have various instruments, you can say, which they have dug up from under the earth. Then you have these kind of stone tablets or books on which people have written. So this can be taken as material sources also. The piece of stone is a material, the book is a material. You can also consider this when you talk about written sources of history later. And see, these chains, ornaments, hair clips, all right, bangles, necklaces, which women used to use in the olden times, these kind of statues which are there on the screen for you, all these are material sources of history. See here, these kind of bricks which were used in order to build walls, and they used to write things on these bricks. Okay, so all these are material sources of history. See, rock paintings, people used to paint on the rocks, so these rocks were material sources of history. Pottery, pots and pans. Okay, see, terracotta objects, objects which were used for show purpose, objects which were used for daily use. You have different kind of beads which people used to use in order to make ornaments, in order to decorate themselves, decorate their houses. And look here at the various weapons people used. I told you now, that is why you should visit a museum. When you go to a museum, you will be able to see all these things. So weapons of different types. Okay, caves also. In Maharashtra, we have the very famous Ajanta and Ellora caves. So the caves also tell us a lot about history. So these caves are also material sources of history. Churches and other places of worship, whether it is a gurudwara, whether it is a mosque, whether it is a fire temple, all these are material sources of history. See, these kind of pillars. There is the skull pillar. Can you see? There are skulls on the pillar. And these has been found from some ancient ruins. Ruins means what? Places which have fallen and places which have been destroyed, either naturally or by someone intentionally. Okay, so those were the material sources of history. Let us look at the written sources of history also. So written means anything which you can read. So these kind of paper, it's not exactly paper, some kind of material on which they have written. See, written sources. I told you when I was teaching you this, that this rock is a material source, but something is written on the rock. So you can also take it as a written source of history. See, the book, you can read from it if you know the language, that is. Okay, and you can make sense of what is written. So that is again a written source of history. And then you have these kind of stone tablets, which is again a written source of history. See, they used to write on these kind of tablets or these kind of bricks, and these bricks used to go into the walls. Okay, so all these children are written sources of history. See, this is also a written source of history. They used to write on the barks of different trees. This was a particular tree which people used to use in order to write. It is called as the birch, or in Hindi it is called as the burja tree. Now, this is the burja tree and how it looks like closely. So they used to peel off the bark of the burja tree and they used to write on it. See, people used to write on the leaves of the various types of palm trees also. I'll show you a picture of a man writing on a palm leaf. Can you see here? Using a pointed object, he's writing on a portion of a palm leaf. And then they used to tie it up into bundles and preserve them. Alright, so all these are, children, written sources of history. Where something is written, you're looking at it, you're reading it, and you're knowing more about history. See, this is also a written source of history. These are copper plates which were put together in the form of a booklet. Alright. Now quickly let's see the ancient sources of Indian history before we wind up today. So we have all these books. Books belonging to the Jain literature, books belonging to the Buddhist literature, okay, books written about Mahavir, books written about Gautama Buddha. Then you have the epics like the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, which are also sources of history. Then you have the travelogues. Travelogues means people used to come from foreign countries, and people in our land also used to travel, and they found out so many things about our country and they wrote it down. So that is also a source of history. And then you have the various Vedas like the Puranas and the literature written in Sanskrit. So all these, children, are the history of our country or part of the ancient Indian history. Okay, so there are books also written like this for children which you can read and know more about the history of our country. So we have taken up a lot of time. There is a little bit left in the lesson. Let us look at it quickly before we finish today. Oral sources. I have already explained it to you. Let us look at them. Stories, songs, okay, and folk songs, etc. All these are the kind of oral sources of history. Tape recorders and voice clippings. All these are the oral sources of history. Alright, children, so today we talked about basically what are the various sources of history, that is the written source, oral source, and the material source. We also talked specially about the sources of ancient Indian history. So that is all for today, children. Let me say a goodbye to you here from the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika till we meet again.